Do you want a really fantastic looking base that has absolutely everything? It's got plenty of space for expansion, but more importantly, looks brilliant and you can impress your friends. I'm going to show you how. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to another episode from me, Avomance, in my Minecraft base series. This one, we're going to do a little bit different. If you saw the last one, hopefully the link is in the description below, and if I remember in the editing, I'm even going to slap the thumbnail up on the left-hand side. The last one was quite fort-like, so it was a big square with everything in the middle and some turrets. This one, I'm going to try and make it a little bit more housey, but still try and include as much stuff as I can within the base, so as it becomes a true base. Maybe not quite suitable for hardcore, but still a really nice base. We're going to do it completely freestyle. I literally haven't even got in my head what it is we're going to do. So let's crack on. I'm not entirely sure what you're going to need for this because I'm going to make it up as I go along. But essentially, I think it's going to be something along these lines. So you've got quite a lot of stripped oak and spruce, oak planks, some cobble, some various different stones, definitely bushes, fences, two different types. I've got some lanterns, and then some little bits and pieces, a number of beds, some bookshelves, enchanting tables, that kind of thing. Take a screenshot, probably a few other things in there as well. Maybe I won't use all of this, and let's go. So I've laid out a rough plan of what I think I'm going to do with this particular build, and I've put composters down because composters often work as really, really good bases to post, and these are going to be the posts that I'm going to use. Still not quite sure where it's going to go. The wandering con man is already here. Going to get rid of him, and we're going to crack on. Now, given I've got my basic shape using those composters, I put a wooden log on top of each and they can start to form the struts that go up. And then I wanted to bring the floor level up a little bit. So I'm using a single layer of planks just to bring in the floor completely. And then I started to wonder, what is this going to look like, this base? So I'm using the struts out of these logs to give me the shape, and maybe the entire base will start to speak to me from there. I wanted to create multiple layers, remembering that this is a base and not a house. I decided on stripped oak logs for the floor of the upper level. I've not created the way to get onto this level yet because, frankly, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it. I may do it from the outside, I may do it from the inside. I also need to light up underneath. I happen to have some lanterns handy in my inventory, the joy of creative, to stop things eating my face. Walling it up with some cobble to start with. It's going to be a cobblestone base. We will fancy that up, and I've put in some spruce steps just to take away that sheer edge around the end there. Once that cobble's completed, I want to just give a little bit of extra texture. So I'm using some stone, some andesite, and also some stone brick to bring out the texture of that wall so it doesn't look quite so cobbly and flat. Now I thought I'd detail up these walls because it wasn't quite speaking to me yet, and I wanted to kind of get a feel for how I was going to finish this fella off. So I put some steps all around the outside in a diagonal pattern just to break up that wall a little bit. I also put lanterns underneath, but I'm about to do some changes that's going to ruin that time because I want to expand out this platform. Spiders can still climb up there, for example, so I need an overhang, and I thought I'd use oak steps for that. Finishing it off with a fence, ready for the next bit. I wanted to get the front platform set up, so I've just edged that around. This is going to be within its own container anyway, so I don't have to make that secure. I then decided that getting up to the top needed a platform, so I've made a little overhang, and that has a step going down to it that you can access the other upper floor. I might put another entrance there as well somewhere. Put a floor on that third level. I've got some ideas as to what I'm going to do with that, but I edged it off in exactly the same way as I did the rest of the base. I then put a tower. I decided I want something to stop it being so square, so I put a rounded tower similar to the last one that we did in base 1, and that is going to sit as a bit of a lookout and perhaps contain something interesting when we finish the base off. Just needs to give it a little bit of decoration, not completely finished, but at least it draws my eye towards it. The base is starting to get a little bit of structure now, but it's still a million miles from being finished. I want to access this upper floor from the lower floor inside, so I'm just going to punch out that and come inside here, I think. And then we're going to pop ladders just going up there, I think. Is that going to be enough, or do we need one more there as well? Just pop one more ladder there, and that will allow us to get up and down to this second level. I think that's plenty. We don't need any more than that. And coming up to this level, not entirely sure whether or not we will use this as its only entrance and exit. I may well put a second one in somewhere else, not entirely certain. Now, we also do have to worry about what we're going to do inside here. We'll probably need to have access to the upper level from in here, possibly from this end here. It seems to lend itself to a bit of an opening, possibly some steps, not entirely sure. If I punch my way through here, where does that actually bring me out? That brings me out here. This actually is probably the best place. So I'm just going to get a 3 wide gap there and punch out those 3. And we're going to use, again, some oak stairs. Where's my oak stairs? To bring ourselves a set of steps that come up to this level. Just going backwards and forwards, whoop, not upside down though, backwards and forwards until we've got a continuous step. This one's 3 wide, the one on the outside is 2 wide because the platform's just that little bit smaller. And that is finished there. That makes for a nice entrance. We just need to punch out a couple more of those, and that will allow us up onto this area. So we've got 2 entrances, that one there and that one there, and we can access this upper level through the tower. I may make that the only entrance to the upper level. I'm not entirely certain yet, but things I want to do here might mean that actually all the space is taken up. Now, it may not be for a starter base, but if you don't want to include it, you don't have to. I think this really needed a beacon under this platform, and I encapsulated it in glass, so when I put the actual beacon on top, it just throws the light into the air and gives us as many buffs around our place as we would need. Now we're going to do a similar tower as to the other one, but slightly larger, just to encompass that beam so as the beam comes right out of the top of it. We're doing exactly the same style roof, an extended A shape, but I'm putting an extra little bit of stairway at the back so as it laps onto the roof, it almost captures the roof. Now these stripwood faces are very long and definitely need some detailing in, so I've used some slabs, some steps and some trapdoors just to give it some detail and depth. I don't want to put too much window edge in because frankly I don't think it'd look right. I'd rather it was just detailed using wood. So apart from placing out things like enchanting tables and chests and furnaces and things like that, we've got most of the actual structure done. I do, however, want to do a little bit of detailing around the outside, and we've not even got a front door. So I'm just going to pop a door on the front of that and come out. And then I'm going to come out here and we're going to be building a fence that basically extends this wall here and around and goes to there and does the same on the other side. Reason being, I've not got any way to secure this area here, and I want to, and I don't want anything to be able to get in. So all I'm going to do, literally nothing more complicated than bringing a fence all the way around this way that's going to run to the edge of that there and come down. That's perfect. So you can only access that from the inside. And then on this side, we're going to do the same thing, but I'm going to leave a gap there because we're going to put nothing more complicated again than a gate that goes in there. And we can put that all the way around there. This will come from this post here. Fencing is plenty good enough to keep out the baddies, so we're quite happy with that. I just need to get myself the gate, pop a gate on this side here. That's brilliant. So we've now got the enclosure complete. It is secure, nothing can get in. So now we just need to start to detail stuff up. Now I want to do more detailing on these walls as well, because we've got, I guess you could call it a bit of an open space here. So I'm just going to experiment a little bit with perhaps some, not that. What about, hang on, let me see if I can get some kind of shape like that. How does that look? If I then pop that in there, that might work. Okay, so let's just do this all the way around. I'll do that on all of them. Normal step, upside down step, sideways upside down step, and sideways upside down step, and a lantern on the inside. I think that's okay. And what we also need, obviously, is a load of bushes. And I am going to bush this one up quite a lot, I think, just to give it the necessary texture that we need. And I'm also going to plant a few trees on the outside. Not custom trees, although it might be quite nice if you put some custom trees on it. But just standard trees that I'll grow up. And then once we're done, we can have a look and see where we are. I think it's going to look fab. And I think we're pretty much done. We've got a nice pathway that goes up to the start. And I'll just give you a bit of a tour around. I think that would be nice. So we've gated it in. In we come. Close the gate. First off, on the side here, we've got a bit of a pagoda. I've decided to pagoda up over the crops because not for any function really. It just makes it look ever so slightly nicer, I think. So we've got that there. We've got plenty of storage to be able to store up our carrots and our wheat. On this side, we've got a little bit of a cocoa bean farm, all very manual. We've got our sugarcane. We've got a little wood farm here. And we've also got melons and pumpkins. Again, looks quite nice, more aesthetic than actual function. Inside, coming up here, I'm going to come left in a minute. We've just gone right here. It's lots and lots and lots of storage. Now you could make some kind of item sorter, I guess, here. If you just bring in these chests a little bit further, you could do an item sort in here without any problem. We've got a bed, we've got our items, and we've got some armor stands. Not really done anything else there because, frankly, what do you want in your base? You put it there. You decide. We've got our entrance down to our mine, which is always good. You need that inside. If you can't mine, you can't really play Minecraft. And we've got our horses. I'll come to that in a moment. Upstairs, coming up the first set of stairs, we've got our platform here. Obviously, we had our beacon. We've got some sheep. I've just put some random coloured sheep in there so you can collect some wool. Not an automatic wool farm. You could easily make this into an automatic wool farm. We've got our cow farm. So I'll just get some wheat here, and I'll just F1 it, and if I feed up these cows, when they make a baby, the cows die and their drops are collected underneath this. And again, if we come down here, you'll see the drops are all collected in here, so you can collect them from the inside, not the outside. And the smoker obviously for cooking the beef. Dead simple. Up we come. Coming across this way, we've got just a little bit of a workshop area here. Just put various craft inventions so you could do necessary work and a little bit of storage. Some bushes which outline the entrance up here. Just makes it look a little bit nicer. And then this way, we've got our villager trading post. Hello villagers. We've just got a few villagers in here. You could obviously do a few more. But if I want to trade with this fella, let's just get some of it. There we go. You can have some of that. Job's a good one. We're happy with that. And then up here, we've got a little bit of a smeltery. We've got a few food smelts. We've got a few ore smelts, but it's mostly furnaces, and you can do that there. Coming along this way, in here, we have our enchanting area. Very useful piece there. And then coming up on this side, we've obviously got more magic here with a little bit of brewing. Coming up this way, we have our portal. Again, load of storage up here, so should you bring anything in from the nether, you can put it in here. Now, this is all obviously just suggestion. You could do whatever you actually wanted with this. And then coming back down to here. it's a nice base. I think it's got pretty much everything you would want. And if it hasn't, obviously you can add it. You've got loads of extra space on this one. If you ever want to go for a ride on a horse, just straight out the door. I have to be honest, partway through this, I thought it was going horribly wrong, but it's actually turned out quite nice. I like it very much. Let me know in the comments below what you reckon of this base that's got pretty much everything. What else would you put in it that I haven't? There's a world download below so you can be able to mooch around if you want, and I look forward to your comments. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you're enjoying it, and I will keep on making them. Also, if you've not done it already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.